Hello, Women Who Code. I am thrilled and honored to welcome you to Connect Digital, our first ever fully remote conference. I'm Joey Rosenberg, Chief Leadership Officer of Women Who Code, and I'm excited to share that this year marks 5 years of Connect. This was a vision that began with our leaders in Seattle and has traveled around the world. On behalf of the entire team at Women Who Code, I'd like to extend a warm welcome to this special space for you. As a reminder, all of our events have a code of conduct, and it applies to every Women Who Code event, including digital spaces like this one. You can find the code of conduct in the reception if you want to read the full code of conduct or access the reporting form. Today's going to be filled with technical talks and workshops from amazing leaders and contributors in our industry, and probably a few technical difficulties, but we'll get through it because that's what we do. Before I jump into how you can fully experience Connect Digital, I want to take a minute and pause. 2020 has been an extraordinarily difficult year for everyone. We started hopeful, and we quickly found ourselves facing a pandemic that has impacted every facet of our daily lives, our families, and our communities. Today, across the US and in other cities around the world, communities are activated and speaking out against racial injustice and police brutality that has plagued us, and the Black community in particular, for generations. Around the world, strong voices, like our leaders in Mexico and Nigeria, are speaking out against gender-based violence. Many of our communities are getting ready to celebrate Pride and honor the strength that it takes to live authentically every day. As a queer woman, I am reminded that my own ability to do this began with a riot at Stonewall, and know that my rights and safety are not guaranteed. 2020 might just be a breaking point that will demand change. One thing is clear: we, the Women Who Code community, can be a connecting force for change today and every day. Because people can't focus on their livelihoods until they feel safe and able to do so in their lives. As you experience the conference today, I hope that you take a moment to really connect with your community, because we are in this together and we are a force for change. Thank you for pausing to reflect with me before we get started. I hope that you are all staying safe and healthy and finding ways to activate and amplify your own voice. As you move through the conference, you're going to find many ways to engage today. There's the stage, like this one, where you'll find keynotes. There are sessions where you'll find talks and workshops. There is a networking space where you can meet each other and connect with people from around the world. If you are wondering where something might be located and you're not sure, hop over to reception and you'll find a lot of information. And if you're feeling lost, visit the help desk, where our community support manager, Jody Lohr, will be there to help you along the way. You can also hop over to the Women Who Code booth if you are a conference tea collector, and purchase your Women Who Code conference tea for this year. I wish you all an amazing Connect. And to get things started, please help me welcome co-founder and Chief Executive Officer, Alaina Percival.
Hi. Hello. Good morning, good evening, good afternoon. Thank you for joining from all over the world. I'm Alaina Percival, CEO of Women Who Code. Women Who Code has been on a journey, and we started off as a community group, and in 2013, we registered the organization and recognized that people around the world deserve to have Women Who Code. We have been working over the past year to amplify that message, create big dreams. And 2020, things changed very much. Women Who Code Digital had been part of our roadmap, and we'd begun providing more digital content over the past year. We're excited about Women Who Code Digital because it enables us to not only reach our communities and our networks to deliver technical programming, but to be able to reach people all over the world with scalable, replicable programming. But this is big change. It's big change for everyone. And we're in this together. Women Who Code's mission is to inspire women to excel in technology careers. And we have a vision where women are representative as executives, founders, investors, board members, and of course, as software engineers. Our values to focus on the mission with everything that we do, to live leadership at every level, to punch above our weight, and of course, inclusion at the core. When we think about who our member is, the average member is in a technical career. They're mid-career. They're executives. They're founders. They're data scientists. And of course, software engineers. We're also, for the first time, asking our members how they identify. So we have very early demographics on our community, finding out that the average age is 30. We have, for the first time, we want to be able to know that we're meeting the community around the world and supporting them with programming that is going to help bridge intersectional differences. And our movement today, as the world changes, it can be a connecting force that creates a sense of belonging. This is happening while the world is being asked to isolate. And what we hear from our community, from you, is that we want to continue connect and that we're excited to continue with online events while we can't meet in person. And through this, we have a little bit of exciting news. Women Who Code has grown to serve 230,000 members around the world. And through our technical digital programming, we're able to begin to provide programming, not just in 20 countries, but in 122 countries today. And when we look at our global addressable market, it's more than 6 million. So when I see that 230,000, I know we have a lot of opportunity to reach more people. And our members have said that 80% of them have experienced a positive career impact. So if you imagine that by participating with Women Who Code, by investing in yourself, investing in your career, you're able to increase your salary by just $20,000. That's adding $3.7 billion to the global marketplace. $3.7 billion to our members. That's where we are right now. If we were to reach just 16% of our addressable market, that suddenly becomes $16 billion economic impact. Women Who Code typically has about 2,000 free technical events per year. These are industry-led trainings, tech talks, hackathons, career navigation, leadership development, study groups, and more. Last year, we launched deep learning technical tracks around blockchain, Python, data science, cloud, mobile, and front end, creating programming that was already moving online, already reaching a broader audience, preparing us for this year before we knew it. And a big welcome to our new leadership fellows who've just joined us last month. These women are from around the world and will be leading our technical tracks throughout the year. We also have conferences like this one here today. 5 years of Connect is certainly something to celebrate. And we couldn't provide free programming, and we couldn't have amazing conferences like this one today if it weren't for sponsors. A huge thank you to our sponsors who have supported this event and supported Women Who Code throughout the years. Some of you might already be receiving the code review. If you haven't, you can sign up at womenwhocode.com. This works to raise the profile of women in tech through our Applaud Her program, through giving away approximately $1 million in conference giveaways and scholarships throughout the year. We also have a job board which supports Women Who Code's operations, but it allows people to connect with companies that specifically want to support our community. We have coding resources in a multitude of languages. So if you're looking to add more training, to refer training to someone else, please check out womenwhocode.com's resources page. And one of the things that really makes me proud at Women Who Code is recognizing the amazing accomplishments that we all have in our career every year. And it's a little bit harder for women to discuss your career successes, and it's a little bit harder for the world to hear it. So we're working to normalize that by sharing that out, by asking you to share that out. So I want to give everyone here today a round of applause for taking the time to invest in yourself. Thank you to the volunteers and leaders who are part of the heartbeat of Women Who Code, that deliver programming in your community, that help to train and elevate Women Who Code members around the world. And thank you to the team, our board, for supporting us and guiding us as we move forward as an organization. And with that, I'm very pleased to bring Joey back on stage.
Great, thank you, Alaina. It's always amazing to hear all of the incredible work that Women Who Code is doing around the world and be able to get plugged in your community. In a few moments, we are going to welcome some Women Who Code team members, advisors, leaders, and board members to the stage so that we can have a town hall discussion around things that are happening in our community today, and specifically the racial injustice that people in our community are experiencing. These are leaders that who we've asked to come and share their story as thought leaders, as professionals, and as people with lived experience. And they're really excited to have this conversation with you today. I mentioned earlier that we would for sure have a couple of technical difficulties. So we're just getting our last panelist in place so that they can come and have this discussion with you. In the meantime, I'm going to bring up our first two panelists so we can get this conversation going. I think one thing we know to be true is that the urgency is now, and we're all excited to have this conversation. So I'm going to go ahead and invite onto the stage our two panelists that are in. And as soon as they get their cameras and mics set, I'll ask them to introduce themselves and tell you what they do for Women Who Code. One of the really cool things about Connect is that you get to meet all of the people leading our movement around the world. And there are a lot of different voices. It takes a lot of people to make this happen. And I'm really honored to be joined by two of our incredible leaders right now. Shay and Kim, I'm going to ask you to introduce yourself and tell everyone what you do for Women Who Code, and also what you do in tech.